You're hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting them when you walk. I want you to do like this. Boom, 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 boom. Just keep for boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2.
I don't want to hold you up, so maybe we could meet up in person again and chop it up over some food or something like that.
Okay, it'd be my pleasure, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good luck with your fight.
In a surprise that electrified the boxing world, Mike Tyson made an unexpected appearance at Gervonta Tank Davis's training camp before the upcoming showdown with Jake Paul. The moment he walked in, the entire atmosphere changed. The gym went from focused intensity to pure, unstoppable energy.
I do have more skills than Mike Tyson, as far as when I say I have more skills than Mike Tyson, guys smarter than at a lower weight class always have more skill. It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smaller guys. So let's just take that out the picture. So when people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson for sure. It just facts is facts. You know what I mean? I do feel as though I have more.
Picture this: Iron Mike Tyson, the baddest man to ever step into a ring, standing just a few feet away as Gervonta Tank Davis tears into the pads. Tyson couldn't help but smile. It was like watching a reflection of his own prime. The two eventually moved inside the ring for a light workout, and every punch Tank landed cracked through the gym like rolling thunder.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that, but he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
Of raw force, Tank was locked in, absorbing every word like a student studying under the original architect of destruction.
I kind of lean towards Davis a little because of his style of fighting, and what makes him different than most fighters that I once did is when he punches, he catapults himself in the air. And normally in the air, you're out of position, you have no leverage. But for some reason, myself and Mr. Davis, our best point is when we're leaping in the air, like being catapulted to punch up to punch.
When the cameras stopped rolling, Tyson leaned in close and told Tank, "Don't just beat him, break his spirit." That moment said it all. This fight isn't just another payday for Gervonta Davis. It's a statement about legacy. You could almost feel Iron Mike's fire running through his gloves. And just when that energy couldn't get any wilder, things flipped fast. From Tyson's legendary mentorship to Lamont Roach Jr., completely calling out everyone who still thinks he's stuck on Tank. Honestly, he's not sulking over the past. He's just saying the game was rigged, repackaged, and turned into someone else's spotlight.
Match clause, right? We had a rematch clause. If I'm declared the winner, or if the bout was declared a draw, he has the right to exercise an immediate rematch. Guess what he did 2 weeks later after the fight? Exercised his right to the rematch. His contract was signed both ends in June. So there's an official rematch. Undercard and everything. Like, that shit was supposed to happen.
Lamont didn't just speak. He came in fired up. He started off cool, saying, "Everybody keeps telling me to move on, but there's a signed contract, my guy." At first, it sounded calm, but then that classic DMV heat kicked in. You could feel it building. "Nah, we're not letting this one slide. Think about it. You're locked in, training hard for a rematch, expecting your payday. And then you wake up to see Tank booked for a Netflix fight with Jake Paul instead. That's not just a plot twist. That's a full-blown season finale betrayal."
Contract. So it's not like this wasn't supposed to happen or whatever the case may be. He just went and took the Jake route. We had a set, signed contract to fight. Like, he came out and disrespected me on social media, whatever the case may be. I don't know who the he think like I am or what. I'm not gonna go like that. So people saying that I've been dragging on them, talking and all that. If anybody noticed, I never talked about him.
Lamont wasn't wrong. You can't sign a rematch clause and vanish when it's time to fight. He said, "Handle business right." And he's not mad about the fight. He's mad about the disrespect. And that rumor about Jake making $200 million? Lamont shut it down quick. He said what everyone's thinking. Jake might bring the show, but boxing isn't a circus.
How many people buy the pay-per-view? So that's an extra 8 to 10 million. Where's the money disparity? If he's supposed to be making 40, 50 million, where's the big money disparity?
You don't think Jake Paul cuts a check?
Jake Paul gonna give him a check.
Yeah.
But do you think he gonna get the gate?
No.
After Roach wrapped up the business talk, things shifted to Paulie and Coach Garcia, and the mood flipped fast. Florida stepped in like, we'll host the show, and suddenly the press conference felt more like late-night TV than a fight promo. Paulie and Garcia didn't hold back, calling it a performance dressed up as boxing. And honestly, they're not wrong.
You know, it's just about the main one, the exhibition, which is what I'm calling it, because it's not a fight. You know, it's an exhibition, it's a show, and more likely we're all going to watch because it's just part of the sport, part of boxing right now, part of what we're living already. We're already living it. You know, it's something that's happening. We might get a call also, you know, with one of our fighters, or we might get a call to be on the undercard, stuff like that. So we have to admit that we just have to learn.
Just call it an exhibition and fool real boxing fans. We want real fights, not Netflix shows. Tank's not only fighting for money, he's fighting for legacy. And Paulie with Garcia? They didn't sip tea. They spilled it. Paulie laughed, saying Jake's not fighting boxing. He's fighting its image.
And MMA fans are younger than boxing fans, right? So that's I guess that's why it goes that way, you know? So I assume that's what Jake Paul's fan base is, a little bit younger as well. So I guess you have to sort of bring in this circus type of vibe. I mean, for Gervonta Davis, he looked like, I don't know, he looked a little confused or out of place, you know?
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
And he thought like
a professional at an amateur event. Like, kind of what am I doing here? Yeah.
I mean, again, he wants to get the money and whatever. I get it, you know, but then, you know, you subject yourself to this.
Garcia knows the game. Hype fades when real punches land. This fight's a test for both worlds. If Tank plays it safe, he fuels the YouTuber hype. But if he goes classic, tight guard, body shots, pure skill, he reminds everyone why boxing still runs the show. Either way, Paulie and Garcia saw this circus coming from miles away.
It's actually embarrassing just to see what Tank chose to do instead of doing what a real fighter should have done. You know, everybody seen what happened. Everybody seen that Roach deserved to be champion. He should have given him that rematch. That fight is the one that should be happening. There's no way, you know, for me, it's embarrassing just to see.
When Paulie and Garcia finished calling it like it is, Adam Catterall and Gareth A. Davies jumped in with a reality check. Gareth called it a circus, and he's not wrong, but it's the kind of circus that sells out. Tank Davis, a pound-for-pound killer, facing a YouTuber built like a tank himself. Wild, but everyone's watching. This fight isn't about belts anymore. It's about who runs the show when boxing meets the algorithm. If boxing's fading, Jake Paul might just be the one cashing in on the funeral, and Tank's bringing the fireworks.
Watching boxing in the United States of America. That has left a hole that the broadcasters have looked to fill, and they've done this with influencer boxing, which brings a completely different audience to the game. Every promoter and broadcaster on this planet is to blame for this situation that we are finding ourselves in right now. They've opened the door to clowns, and now we've got ourselves a circus. It is a travesty.
Adam Catterall looks conflicted, half disgusted, half entertained. It's like watching fine dining with fast food on the same plate. Wrong, but fascinating, and he's not alone. We grew up on legends like Ali, Tyson, and Pacquiao. And now, love him or hate him, Jake Paul's made boxing loud again, turning casuals into fans and critics into free marketing. In today's world, controversy is currency, and Jake's spending it perfectly.
It's commercial.
Of course.
As opposed to athletic and commercial.
Right. So why is
We've
a
got
lad
the best against the best in their prime?
So why is a
That's
lad off the
athletic.
Disney Channel the best commercial?
He's not a lad off the Disney Channel.
Come on, he
anymore.
is.
That's a long time ago.
Come on, he's a novice
a long
boxer.
time ago.
He's a novice boxer.
He
Would he
isn't-
win a British title? He didn't beat Tommy Fury for crying out loud. How's he going to beat this guy?
He wouldn't win a British title.
Right
I
then.
do think he's a novice boxer. He's an area level fighter. That's what I agree with. That's why I thought it was disgusting, a disgrace, and dangerous, and it still is for him to step in against.
That's the story. From Iron Mike sharing knockout wisdom with Tank, to Roach calling out the business, to Paulie, Garcia, and the TalkSport crew dissecting boxing's soul. This isn't just promotion anymore. It's a movie in motion. Legacy meets legacy. Fame meets fight. The sharpest puncher of his time faces the loudest voice of a new era. Whatever happens inside that ring, one thing's clear. Jake Paul may bring the chaos, but Gervonta Tank Davis is the consequence. So what do you think? Is this the moment boxing gets revived or the moment it sells out? Drop your thoughts below. Let's keep the fight going in the comments. And hey, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. The bell may ring in the ring, but the real debate starts right here.